Today I'm making chocolate and vanilla swirls. To make this one, start by softening up a heap of butter. It's a very buttery sort of biscuit, so use about 200 grams and just put that in the microwave for 20 seconds to soften. Now that's softened, add about a teaspoon of vanilla. For the sugar, a generous scoop. That's about the same as 2/3 of a cup roughly. Plain flour, that's 1.5 to 2 cups. Just start it on low so you don't send the flour flying everywhere, and then turn it up once it starts mixing in together. Once you've got a nice sort of crumb, and split the mixture across 2 bowls. So they look roughly even, and then add about 1/2 cup of cocoa, one of the 2 halves. Give the cocoa a little mix. And now we're going to add egg to make these into dough. Start with the vanilla, pop in an egg, an egg into the other one as well. Doesn't matter what order you do them in, I just for some reason like to start with the vanilla. Mix. As you can see, it's not a dough yet, but it's definitely getting more solid. Add milk. Be careful not to add too much. You want just enough to add enough moisture to finish bringing this together into a dough. So finish this one off. Again, careful not to add too much milk. Just a little drop. It needs to be firm enough that you can knead it. Because of the cocoa, just needs a little bit more. Prepare a clean, lightly floured bench top. Just knead the dough on. The reason I like to work with vanilla first is just so you don't get the cocoa in it. It keeps the 2 colours more clean. Now that the dough is rolled into balls, just stretch it out a little bit, make rolling easier, and stick it between a couple bits of grade paper, a couple bits of baking paper, and give it a roll. You're after a rectangle shape, about 1 centimetre wide all over. Roughly about right. Flop it upside down together. And then roll them as tightly as you can. Obviously the thinner you've rolled them, the easier it is to make a tight swirl here. And transfer that onto a piece of glad wrap. And putting it in the glad wrap in the fridge, the butter firms back up and holds its shape while it's being cut. And it goes in the fridge for about an hour. Now this chocolate swirl's been resting in the fridge for about an hour. Slide it out onto your cutting board and slice it into 1 centimetre rounds. If you want them even and don't want to have to use a tape measure, you start at the one end, you can just use a finger width, so a way to make sure they're all roughly the same. The sharper the knife you have, the better it will glide through without squishing them. So I'm going to mark that up, so I actually find it easier to chop from the other end. When that's done, grab a tray, pop them on their sides. Because this was rolled quite thick, it hasn't got much of a swirl effect, as you can see towards the middle, and the thinner you roll them early on, the more that swirl effect will occur. Okay, then pop them in the oven for about 160 for about 10 to 15 minutes. The longer you cook them for, the firmer and less soft they'll be when they're finished. These are the finished chocolate swirl biscuits.